Hi Cancer, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I am in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. If you've been here before, welcome. If you're new to the channel, what I normally do is I let flip, fly, fall, however many tarot cards want to come out, look at it and decide if we're looking at love or life or career or health or whatever, and then go from there. So, first thing that came up was the Two of Pentacles. So at this moment in time, it feels like you're trying to balance your money. Maybe you're starting to work on a budget more. Maybe you finally realized that you were spending more than you were making. And that's one of the reasons you're in hermit mode, is you're not going out as much. Maybe you're not going to dinner as often as you were. You're just realizing that you spent a lot of money on, we'll just say maybe Starbucks or going out to dinner, and you just kind of realized after a while, you're like, I'm blowing a lot of money on dining. It just feels like dining experiences, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to stay in and cook and quit spending all my money there and not be so bad with my money. Five of Cups. How does that play in with that? Five of Cups. That's just like stuck emotionally. That's like you're not excited. You're not depressed. You're just kind of just like, you know what? I'm just gonna fill my cups at home. Okay. Fill my cups at home. I'm going to fill my wine glass at home. I'm going to fill my glass at home instead of at a restaurant. That's kind of the feeling that I'm seeing. It's just like I'm just going to fill my cups on my own instead of going out and about and being around people and having that being my source of entertainment. I'm not going to go to the movies and spend a bunch of money at the movies. I'm going to get Redbox or whatever and start watching my stuff at home where it's cheaper. I mean, that's just like the whole thing I'm feeling is like you just decided, you felt like, okay, so you felt like over the holidays you got a little out of control with your money. And you're like, man, I got to cut back on expenses. So we're just going to stay home for a few weeks. I started to say a few days, but that's not going to do what you needed to do. Princess of Swords. I feel like that to me feels like the reason that you started doing this was because there were a lot of negative thoughts coming in your head, and you're just tired of having to fight off all of those things. And so that's kind of where this all came about. You were having a lot of guilty feelings about all the money that you spent. You were feeling guilty about being careless with your money. Frivolous, that's the word I'm feeling. It's like I feel like you were being frivolous with your money, and so you're just like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. And in order for me not to feel bad about myself and the frivolity of how I spent my money, we're just gonna stay home for a little while and be better stewards of our cash flow. What else is going on with Cancers? There's two. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles is somebody that's good with their money. So that's where you're at. You're like, I'm going to be better with my money. And this makes me feel like the King of Wands, even though the 8 or 9 or 10 of Wands would be forward movement. It just makes me feel like you're like, we're just going to pull back on a lot of our trips and our activities. And I don't feel like it's a case of you are broke or anything. Like I don't feel like you're having money problems. I feel like this was a conscious decision of, you just felt like you were being a little careless with your money, and it just made you feel uncomfortable. So you just want to get in more control of your spending habits, and you're going to put a budget in place, and you know what, we're, you know, kind of like, you make X amount of dollars a month, and you sat down and you're like, oh my God, how did we go through that much money in a month? And you're like, you know what, we can't be doing that all the time. That's just out of control. And so it's just like, I feel like you're just pulling in the reins. It's not because anything is wrong. You're just going to be a little bit more careful. And the same thing applies with maybe eating food. You know, you're like eating a whole lot of calories, and you started gaining weight. So you kind of went, I can't eat 5,000 calories a day because that's out of control. And so you've just kind of pulled back and have started paying more attention and being more mindful about your spending. You know, I do not feel like anybody's lost a job. I do not feel like it's a case of, holy cow, or anything like that. It was just like a conscious effort of, you know what, we're just going to be a little bit more careful about how we do things in this household from now on. Excuse me. Let's see what kind of emotions, are you currently going through? I feel like, you're not feeling discouraged anymore, and maybe you were feeling discouraged, and that's one of the reasons that you kind of pulled in on the reins. And I feel like you're also you're feeling more grateful and appreciative. And maybe that's what's going on. It's kind of like, you know, we should be grateful for what we have. I also feel like what's getting ready to happen is, you feel like a lot of the money that you have spent has been for maybe in not good ways, and you want to maybe start being more philanthropy minded. So instead of the money that went in X amount of places that maybe was the frivolous part, you're like, you know what? I want to take this money that we blew on blah, 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 and divert it over here to Africa or the church, or helping homeless people or something. So that feels like that's where part of this is coming from. It's kind of like you want to be more careful with your money so you can do better things with it. And help people. It feels like that's what's going on. It's like, you know, I want to help people. We make good money here in this household, and it's always been about me, us, and making us happy, and it's kind of gotten us nowhere. And now you're feeling like, you know what, I really want to take some of this money that we make and help other people with it. And I keep seeing like this well in my head, like digging wells of water in places where they don't have water or something like that. And that feels like you want to start sending money to places like that where people can have running water. It's just like, I feel like you're like decided, I just want to help. I just feel like I want to help the world be a better place. Nice. This came up in the reverse position, but I do not feel like this is a reverse position, unless before you feel like you were not being as loving, and now you want to be more loving. You want to be more loving to the people in the world, not just focused on yourself. Oh God, there was a word. Not subservient, self-centered. You don't want to be so self-centered anymore, and you want to send some of that love and energy out into the universe and to the people of Earth and world and whatever is the feeling I'm getting. I feel like you don't want to be unfulfilled, and you were feeling unfulfilled. And you did something one time and you were like, man, that was a really good feeling. Kind of like you gave money to something and you were like, I really liked the way that felt. You know, you gave $25 to some donation or something, and that really sparked something inside of you where you were like, that felt really good. I want to do that again. And that's when you started going, you know what? We blew a whole lot of money going blah, blah, blah. And it didn't make us feel any better. So let's take some of that money and go over here where that makes us feel really good and we're helping the world. The longing. Okay, so the longing in reverse, what makes me think for a long time, you've been longing to feel a purpose in your life. And now I feel like this is part of your life's purpose, is helping make the world a better place by using your money not for yourself but for places where it will be more beneficial. It's not a case of I'm like, oh my God, I've lost my job and I've got to start watching my budget type thing. It's you know what, we make a crap load of money and we blow it on ourselves every month, and I'm not feeling fulfilled from this action, and this direction over here just feels better helping people with my money. It feels better helping take care of needy people, homeless people, whatever. That's way too many cards. That's half the deck. So this is a nice change of pace from being so self-centered to being more loving, and you've definitely opened up your heart chakra somewhere along the line. This gift of whatever you gave opened up your heart chakra, and it's just like literally I feel like all you did was give $25 to some charity, to something, and all of a sudden you were like, oh my God, that just felt really good, and it just like opened up your heart chakra, and it felt so good. You're like, I got to do that again and again and again and again. It's just this very loving, happy, good feeling energy that I'm feeling in this reading. This is, you're feeling very inspired right now. It's kind of like, oh, okay. So we have an extra $500 a month now because we're going to rein in and we're not going to spend it on this, this, and this. So, okay, we've got an extra $500 a month or $50 a month or whatever it is a month. And so now you're like going, how can I use this $500 to make a difference in so-and-so or someplace else? It's like you're like all excited about thinking about how you can help people. This is like really awesome. I'm like, I love this. I also feel like helping lonely people is part of this inspiration. People who are isolated, alienated, and friendless. I feel like this is part of your journey. And this is where some of your abundance is going to go, is helping people like this. People who are isolated, alienated, and friendless. And what it makes me feel like is like I'm seeing like older people who are homebound, especially in the winter. Oh my God, maybe this is it. Here in Indiana, we had like super, super bad weather a month or so ago, and the electric bills out there had to have been astronomical for people. And I feel like you're like going, you know what, we're going to take some of this money that we've made and we're going to help some of those older people that probably are worried about paying their electric bills or getting their electric bills cut off, and we're going to help with that. This is just like an awesome freaking reading. I mean, it's just the feeling that I am getting right now is just this like, it's like I feel like I'm hearing the angels sing, and they're like, we're so proud of you, we're so proud of you. um, and the safe in the reverse position, this feels like you are helping people that were not feeling safe. I'm getting like lightheaded here. So you are helping people who have not been feeling safe, who have not been feeling loved. And it's like you're taking your abundance and you are diverting it. Instead of using it for yourself, you are using it to help other people. This is like, God, this is like a really freaking cool reading, you guys. I'm like, I wish you could feel what I'm going, feels really good. Okay, sorry, I'm like getting all whacked out here. Like I start singing or something. No, I want to do sacred power. I am feeling so lightheaded right now too. This is just like, whoa. I wish you could feel the feeling that I am having right now, that you are feeling this feeling of just gratitude and grateful that you are able to help. It's just like, it's kind of like, I feel like you're going, God, what took us so long, or what took me so long to figure this out, man? This feeling is just like the bomb. And you're kind of like, God, why didn't I figure this out sooner? I'm like, I've been trying to like fill my needs in other ways and make me happy in other ways. And all of a sudden you just realize with a handing out a $25 gift card to somebody or something, it just changed your whole life. Okay, what else does the universe want you to know about this experience that you are going, I feel like you're okay. I'm like trying to think of the title of this. What's the feeling? Boundaries. Okay, so this is the feeling that I'm getting is, don't get carried away. Don't start giving all of your money away to where it's a detrimental for yourself, because that's the feeling I'm getting. It's like kind of like you're like going, oh my God, I love this feeling. And I'm like going, I could like give all of my money away because I just want to bask in this feeling. But they're like going, just easy now. You can help a lot more people if you divvy it up instead of giving it all away, and then you're not going to be able to help anybody, because then you're going to have yourself in a bad situation. So I feel like they're going just like, rein it in there, sister. We love that you want to help everybody, but just don't go overboard to where it makes it puts you in a bad position. That's just the feeling I'm getting. Purification. But it feels like this whole thing is a purification, a cleansing for you, and you're getting rid of a lot of negative. Oh, I am like feeling super, like, I love this feeling that I'm in. I swear, I feel like I'm high right now. God, I wish you guys could feel this feeling that I have right now. I literally feel like I am in heaven. They just want to make sure that you stay in that heaven spot. Just don't go crazy to the point where it affects you negatively or detrimentally. I just feel like I just want to keep reminding you can help a lot more people by divvying out money to a lot of people. And maybe you were like, oh my God, I'm going to give all my money to blah, 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 blah. And they're like, no, don't do that. You can help a lot more people and help the vibes on the planet by divvying it out in smaller doses in places, and making a difference in a lot of people instead of like one fell swoop doing it, because you've tapped into this like energy, and now it's like you can't get enough of it, and like now it's kind of like you're like going, I'm it's like, I feel like you want to, okay. So it feels like you want to get up in an airplane and you want to just start throwing out $100 bills out of an airplane or something because you like, that just feels really good. And it's like, they're like going, all right, sister, rein it in there. Let's not get crazy. Oh, good Lord. What else do we have to say here for the Cancers? Change. You've made a major change in your life, your attitude. And I feel like they want to say that they are so proud of you. Because that's just the feeling. It's like they see the change in you. They appreciate it. They are so happy to see the change in you, because I feel like maybe before you were kind of superficial. You were a little money hungry. You were a little flashy is the feeling I'm getting. It was kind of like you were a little flashy with your money, and you were kind of like driving fancy cars and wearing furs, and it just feels like you were kind of flashy, like look at me, and look how great I am, and look how much money I have, and look at all the stuff that I can buy. And you have made a change to where you're like, I'm not going to be so flashy anymore. It wasn't getting me anywhere anyway. It didn't make me feel fabulous. And they are so proud of the change that you have made from being self-centered and self-absorbed to being loving and generous and feeling abundant and spreading your abundance to the world. That's just the whole feeling I'm getting there, is like they are so proud of your transformation. That's the word I was looking for. Transformation. And they will continue to help manifest other ways for you to transform the world, transform yourself. They will help you manifest. You know, it's like you have tapped into the universal manifesting energy. You have tapped into the universal manifesting energy. And because you have done that, you have the full support of the universe behind you, and they are going to just keep sending you more and more and more for you to divvy up to the world. So get ready, people. Get ready. Okay. I think that's it. I'm like, I know you guys think I'm a nutcase right now because you probably think I'm smoking dope, but I am not smoking dope. I don't do that. I just can't even tell you the feeling that I have right now. It is just like freaking awesome. Okay, I really kind of want to just stay in this energy right now, but I can't because I need to move on and I can't talk to you guys all day. So I'm going to tap out of this and just stay in this on my own for a while. And I will see you guys in the middle of March. Thanks. Bye.